Welcome, everybody, to Nick and Trav. I'm Nick.
And I'm Trav,
And this is Mechanicus. You guys
which
are
is not Halo.
noticing, yeah, you're going to notice it's not Halo. So, quick update. Halo broke itself. And when I say broke itself, I mean, obviously, we were using the Xbox Game Pass to play Halo, and for some reason, Games with Windows Live, and I know, guys, Games with Windows Live is the greatest storefront slash browser known to mankind, but for some reason, it just doesn't want to work. And when I say it doesn't want to work, I mean if I click and shoot the gun, I frame drop. If I move forward, I frame drop, and it's a little ridiculous. So while we're fixing that, I am going to start Mechanicus. This is a isometric tactics game with really kick-ass soundtrack and visuals and all that good stuff. And if you like Warhammer 40k, this is going to be great for you. If you don't know what Warhammer 40k, this is a great thing to get you into because, yeah, Mechanicus. But yeah, man. So we're gonna start this game, and we're doing casual because fuck all y'all. And here we
do
go.
do you think it's worth pointing out that that's the reason why we did 80 days last week, and probably won't do that again unless we find another lull or maybe finish a game or something. So
Yeah,
don't be expecting that week out, week in, week out.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so guys, the 41st millennium, the time of darkness and war. The Imperium of Man claims the whole galaxy in the name of the God Emperor. It fights an endless war against Xenos, but without heretics from within, and supernatural horrors from beyond. Alongside the Imperium's war fleet serves the Adaptus. Great, dude, best faction in the Imperium, true story. They are the tech priests of Mars, guardians and reclaimers of humanity's technology, ever searching for remnants of knowledge from man's glorious past, exploring the depths of the galaxy for worlds long lost to mankind. In the name of their machine god, they manufacture the Imperial war machines within gigantic foundries known as Forge Worlds. Gradually, the tech priests of the Adaptus Mechanicus shed their human weaknesses, replacing their limbs and organs with machinery that is both stronger and spiritually pure. Their leaders, the inscrutable Magi, protect the Forged Worlds and explore the furthest corners of the galaxy with their cohorts of Skitarii troops.
So then, how related is this stuff to for people at home? Nick let me borrow some 40k
Oh,
novels of his.
oh yeah, the Space
So,
Wolf stuff.
yeah.
So, the Adeptus Mechanicus, those guys build all the weapons. So the guns that the Space Wolves are using, the vehicles that they use, pretty much anything technological is the Mechanicus boys. Like even to get their armor on, the Space Marines need Adeptus Mechanicus like servants and servos.
Okay.
So like, yeah,
So
it's
it's
good.
kind of a big deal.
Oh yeah, these guys are the backbone. Oh yeah. Also, the voice acting is literally them just making weird robotic sounds, and to me, it's the fucking greatest thing known to mankind. Because I'm just like, yeah,
So,
they're robots.
so it's basically Animal Crossing but with the robots.
Yeah, but way better though. Because in this one, I kill things. I don't have to like run around and catch bugs.
I mean, you could run around and kill cockroaches. That counts, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't, dude. Like, you're just gonna turn them in for bells.
Touche, sir.
But yeah, I mean, So we've got our one of our main characters is Fault. He's our big boy. Uh, they're currently journeying to a world where they think some cool shit's on. And we're
Wait,
just
did you
gonna,
say some cool shit?
yeah, some cool shit.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
so one thing that a lot of people get weird about is that the Adeptus Mechanicus themselves, they they spout that they know everything. And when we get my cousin on here, he will gladly enlighten us a little bit on how wrong I am at the time, because he's currently finishing up the Horus Heresy, which is 1,000 years before this. They lost a lot of information and a lot of history on how a lot of these things are made. So, like, a lot of Forge worlds out there have documents and blueprints of, like, say, Titans and different types of vehicles that the main host does not have on Mars. You know? And they're striving to try to figure out and look for more and new technology. So just like with the Inquisition, you have the radicals that are like, hey, we need to go and we need to find new blueprints. We need to think of new technology. We need to think of all this new shit. We need new shit. Let's upgrade. Let's do this. Let's do that. And then you have the old guys that are like, yo, hey, we've been doing this for a millennia. How about we just keep doing it for another fucking millennia? How about that?
So I just want to circle back on losing like the knowledge and stuff, because again, obviously I'm very fresh to this, so I've got one novel's worth of info in my head here. But seeing how all that worked is basically, so it's just like they train you, they like figure out if you're good enough, they give you like a cup of blood or whatever the actual fluid is, that's like werewolf blood practically.
That is only for the chapter.
Okay.
Because there are different chapters of Space Marines.
Okay, so we'll gloss over that for now. But I do know, like once they're in, basically they get like replace all their organs with the stuff. They got, their new armor, their new organs, their new everything, and then they like download basically everything, like from how to use a gun to like their lore and everything. So are you saying that they somehow lost all of that info, or is that?
So the Adeptus Mechanicus, once again, just deals with technology. So all the guns the blueprints of how a gun is made, or a bolter is made, how to make a bullet, how to make a Titan, how to make a world cracker, how to make a forge, how to make an actual forge world work. Like all these are the contractors, right?
Sure.
These are the contractors right now, getting ready to make some shit. And to me, that's fucking metal as fuck, because as you can see, a lot of these guys. All right, so we got our first area, which is we found a tomb. Okay, so the gameplay in Mechanicus, if we can just sideline our conversation really quick, the gameplay inside Mechanicus is very simple. Okay, if you've ever played Darkest Dungeon, you'll notice that it is very, very similar to how Darkest Dungeon does their maps. You have your grid and your rooms. So in your rooms, you're going from room to room, looking and solving a puzzle here and there, or you're just finding loot and you're looting the room. And then you'll get into a battle, and then the battle turns into your basic tactics ogre type, isometric, face down. We're on a grid, and we're shooting each other, we're killing each other, we're doing the objective, and then we get the fuck out. So this is the map room. This is where we'll start out every single time. Now the tutorial is very, very short, but it is very informative. And they tell you, okay, when you go down there, obviously, you have your regular units, and then you have your Satari, which are these four gentlemen down here, which are just pretty much robots. They're fodder, kind of, if you want to look at it that way. And in this game, we upgrade and level our main dudes, and versely, we upgrade our Shatari. There are a bunch of different types, and it's actually really nice because we can move around. So as you can see, this is our maps. Okay, we have to go from room to room, and obviously in the red are the battles, and there's just one path. So right now, since it's the tutorial, we're going to move forward just one. And if you notice, the interface around us, we're just on this like pod, which is cool because obviously we're playing the game, and as high members of this quote unquote society, which is the Asterum Mechanicus, we make the lower boys do it. And that's pretty much how it is until we get inside of the actual battle. Which I feel is quite immersive. It's really nice. Okay, so now we've got the tech priest boys, alright? So they'll tell us every now and again they'll encounter something inside of the room, and this is our quote-unquote choice slash puzzle. So right now, we have an obelisk. It's covered in what can only be described as hieroglyphic symbols. It almost reaches the tall ceiling of the chamber. Okay, so this is where we get to choose what kind of shitty tech priests we are. Are we gonna go conservative and be like, hey, that's heretic, that's heretic shit, get that out of here? Or are we gonna be the, let's say, trailblazers, and we're gonna find a way to use this for the greater good? How about it, Trav? What do you want to do? Do you want to secure? Do you want to scourge? Or do you want to scrutinize? I'll let you. You know what? Every time we get one of these, you're making the choice. We're doing it.
Oh man, putting a lot of pressure on me. Okay.
Let's do it. What do you want? What do you want to do?
So I'm assuming scrutinize is more the trailblazer type of route, and secure is more the playing it safe.
No, actually, secure. I think we actually take it.
Oh, so the opposite of what I said.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so.
Then let's secure it.
All right. Check the surrounding chambers for potential dangers. We can destroy the obelisk and examine. Okay, so you want to secure? So we're going to check the surrounding for potential dangers and secure the room.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. We're detecting a massive enemy spike. Thank the Omnissiah, no one was close enough to be hit by radiation. Oh, something's happening in there. Something huge.
Good thing we checked.
Press collection immediate. Hey, we got Blackstone. That's good.
You're welcome.
Trav's doing the Omnissiah's work, boys. Moving to the next room. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, solo playing this game, this is so great. This is so immersive. It's awesome. Okay, now we're gonna get into a battle. Here we go. Let's go. Tech priest away.
Well, you say solo, like, is there multiplayer?
Well, no, I'm saying if like not having commentate, you know, or having you on here, and I'm just like, and I got the headphones on and lights are off, and I'm just like sitting here watching this and playing. This is good. All right, the cohort encounters resistance in the form of Xenos constructs, not flesh and blood creatures, but artificial bodies that move with precision and coordination. Caution, exercise extreme caution. Do not charge in too heedlessly, lest the trickery of the alien be our downfall. Or we crusade. The aggressive stance of the tech priests ensures they will not be outmaneuvered, but risk their running headlong into the fire of the enemy. Or consistency. Follow the established combat engagement protocols. It shall be done by the book. What are we doing? What are we doing, Trav?
Let's be consistent. We've got our orders and our books and our tactics and stuff.
It shall be done by the book. Combat will be joined according to the long-established tenets of the Adeptus Mechanicus, for good or ill. Let's go.
So then, who are these guys in relation to the? So, like, does the Mechanicus, like, do they have their? Are they more or less like their own chapter as far as like they have their own soldiers and stuff?
They're their own faction.
Okay.
Because now, remember, if we get into how the Imperium works, they all praise the Emperor, and the Emperor is the God Emperor of all good time. The Adeptus Mechanicus believe in the Omnissiah, which to most Inquisitors is fucking heretical. Because let's be real, you're supposed to want to be and love the Emperor, not this false god that talks to machines.
Heresy, I get it.
Yeah, but are you going to tell the guy that makes all your stuff to not believe in what he believes in?
Okay, so they're even still a part of everything, and it's just kind of like one of those is like, well, I can't, like, y'all are wrong, but I can't tell you are.
Y'all are wrong, but you know what? I really like to have my stuff.
Right. Okay, so that's an interesting dynamic. So like they're do they just kind of have like this mentality of just like, well, you guys have to rely on us anyway, so fuck you, or
Well, some do.
kind of
All right. So what I just did was I placed my boys at the beginning of combat, and then we have these little cognition things. So these cognition gears, as this he will now obviously tell us. Everything revolves around CP. The more CP I have, the more shit I can do during my turn. So if you look down here, like I now have 1 gear, but I can keep moving, and I can move farther if I use a cognition point. So as long as I have points, I'm going. Like I can just go. But for right now, I'm gonna use my pistol, and I'm gonna shoot this motherfucker. Okay, and also, nothing is revealed via health unless we use the servo skull. Okay, now the servo skull has 2 functions. I can have him, oh my god, yeah, I get it, dude. I've played this game one time. So I can have the servo skull go over here and pick up this cognition and go on cooldown for 2 turns, or I can have him go into the enemy and reveal his stats.
okay.
And that's what the servo skull does. Now, for me, 9 times out of 10, I really don't care what their health is, unless it's like a boss, or I need to like plan out something. And we can always use more cogs. So right now, I can't do anything now because my gun's on cooldown, my servo skull's on cooldown, and I'm just a normal man. So, and I do not have a melee weapon, I believe.
Can't just punch him.
I'm gonna end the turn. No. You actually have to have something like equipped. CP powered weapon. Oh yeah, so some weapons have CP usage. So as you see this gun, with my machine spirit and 2 cogs, I get +2 damage on it. So what I can do is I'll move here. I'll pick up the cog. So now I've got 3. So I'm just gonna go ahead, shoot this motherfucker in the face. Dead. Okay. And I've killed him, and I know exactly how much his health is because he's dead as fuck. Killing Nectrons isn't simple, believe him. I have to come over here, and I will grab his CP.
Finish the job.
Pretty much. Because if I don't, he gets up. And
Like immediately? Or there's like a cooldown?
He has like a good 2 or 3 second cooldown of getting up. So let's go ahead and reveal stats. Oh, he's got 1 health left. Okay, good. And then I can't do anything. Obviously, he's not a melee. And I can't make my way over here. I'm all the way down. So we're going to go ahead and end turn. It's not the Necron. He's going to shoot my boy, obviously.
2, oh my god.
See? He's got 2.
Wait, but you took this, or, oh, it doesn't matter since you took the CP, but it's still going to count down.
Yeah.
Got it.
All other members. So here we go. So now, say this battle is getting a little crazy, right? I've got 2 cogs. I can call in a bro. So I got a servitor here. You know what I'm gonna put? Just cause. And we're done. So pop my boys in. Alright. So we've got tech priests and our troops. Obviously the troops come in later. Tech priests are always at the beginning. I just have my boy walk over here, finish the job. Yo, what's up, girl? Thank you. Bam. He absorbed the damage. Oh no.
So it just looks silly to me that the D looks like a no, so it's just like, oh my god, absorb.
So here's the thing. want to do range... Oh, god damn it. Fucking buttons. Alright, get this cog point. Get this cog point. Move him over here. Can't use the weapon. Okay, as you can see, moving around, obviously if I have the cognition points, I can use it. And then I can't, I don't have the cognition points to use this weapon because it requires 2, as you can see. But I can swing my axe if this motherfucker is in range. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna end the turn. Next is him. And then we have opportunity attacks just like in normal D&D. If he moves away, I get to swing.
Sure.
And then bam, that's our first run. It is nice. It's wonderful. Super easy. Super pretty much okay. All Xeno life forms purged. We're gonna confirm. Everyone's healthy. Cohort's HP carries over within the mission. Everyone's health keeps going. Alright, now we're gonna move into this small room. Anything in here? No? Alright, cool. Alright, let's go in here. Oh. What are we doing in here?
It is kind of weird how it's like a hybrid of a tactics game. And like, just kind of, well, let's do this real quick. Okay, now just keep running around the map.
Okay,
now let's jump in.
In the chambers ahead are several groups of structures, like upright coffins of an unknown material. We can ignite. Make sure you destroy any structure that looks suspicious. It is worth pausing in your advance to do harm to the Xenos abominations. We can ignore. Do not tarry to observe the works of the alien. Press on and avoid any distractions. Or we can intrigue. Ensure you observe your surroundings carefully. Detailed programs and readings may be the key to success.
Slide them up.
We're going to ignite them?
Yep.
So we're going to purge the Xenos, huh?
Yep.
Hey, 2 CP and some Blackstone. The tech priests open fire upon the sarcophagi. The structures prove all but impermeable to normal small arms fire. But components of the strange Necron materials are stripped away and can be salvaged by the cohort for examination and repurposing.
Oh yeah.
Damn, Trav, you getting this materials and CP? Fuck yeah, let's go.
I'm so good at this game.
After exploring the chamber for several minutes, a tile in the front clicks. The sound of whirling energy builds up around your troops. A quick Omnissiah span reveals you're surrounded on all sides by Xeno life forms. Let's do this. So yeah, man. Like, you were saying this is like a cute little hybrid of tactics?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's interesting to see because I've only pretty much played like pure tactics games where like that's the whole thing about it is either like you're on the map, like, you know, going town to town, or you're like taking the job, or you're going to the thing, as opposed to this is a little bit more like, okay, well, you're gonna explore this room for a second. Oh, maybe you'll kill, you know, 2 or 3 people right now, and then like, oh, but you know, you can keep going. I don't know. It's interesting to see. Can't say I like it for sure yet, but
Oh, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, tactics games to me have always been a... This is my shit, but it is an acquired taste to people. Like, I'm not going to lie. To some people, these games are just, why would you know?
sure. And I guess, you know, especially since we haven't played this type of game yet, it's worth asking the question, like, what is, you know, what are some of your, I guess we'll start off like what started your tactics adventures? Like what got you started? What got you going?
It was
like probably Final Fantasy Tactics. I would think.
I know. It is Final Fantasy Tactics. Like that was the game that got me into tactics. Period. But,
Sure.
Funny story. When I actually got the game, I had no clue what it was. I thought it was an actual like mainline title at first, because obviously, like, I mean, I was a kid when it came out, and like I had never played something like this at all. Oh shit, we got scarabs. I had never played this type of game at all. And it was a rough wake-up call. Like, it reminded me of Final Fantasy VI because of like the sprite work, but like the combat system was so alien to me. I didn't understand what JP was. I didn't know what, like attacking from behind. Why the fuck would I do that? Or the range and the different levels of height that they had in that game. And it was a very like, it was like picking up an encyclopedia and not knowing how to read English.
Well, and especially with that game in particular, like I have not played through it in its entirety, but it's a notoriously hard game, right? Like, I mean,
oh yeah,
let alone your tactics knowledge, like that shit will just kick your ass anyways. So to be your first game on top of that, like, jeez,
it was a little intense. We're gonna bring out our last servitor. We'll drop him in.
Which I guess is kind of funny in contrast because, like I said, so we didn't have any of those types of games growing up. That never really crossed our mind or anything. So like my first one wasn't even until like middle school or something like that, and it was like a gift. So it wasn't even something I picked out. So I got Fire Emblem Sacred Stones as a gift.
Oh, nice.
And was just like, okay, and played it, and like I feel like that especially I feel like is a good like starting tactics game, because it really isn't that complicated. They have their rock paper scissors mechanic of lance, axe, and sword or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's a simple enough concept to follow, and then you got a couple of added pieces of like magic and armor and horses and stuff, but it's a good starting point because it doesn't get too heavy into the.
Yeah, it doesn't get bogged down.
Mechanics. Yeah, so at the end of the day, like especially like I said, I was in like middle school or something, so it was just cool to like, oh sweet, I got this dude with the fucking axe. He's gonna go chop this dude up, and that was all the motivation I needed, and we did it, and there was ended up being like dragons towards the end, and you're just talking like army versus army, and like it was badass at the time, especially. And from then on, I've just kind of followed Fire Emblem, kind of, sort of. I haven't played every single one that's come my way, but certainly like Three Houses is still, that's the latest one, and is still like at its core still that simple, but at the same time, obviously, it's got that it's got that Persona sim, high school sim,
Yeah.
except medieval school sim, whatever you want to call it.
That it will be a topic for next time on Nick and Trav, because we have finished all the Xeno life forms be purged, and we'll go ahead and get to this last room on the next episode. So thanks for joining us today, guys. This is
Cool, guys.
This is Mechanicus. So like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell, and leave a comment. What was your first tactics game?
And how hard did it wreck you or not?
Yeah, right. And tell me how wrong I am about everything Warhammer 40k. All right, thanks. All right, boys. You have yourselves a good day. Tell somebody you love them.
Bye-bye.